Dear God, I got one question. I need to know, do revolutionaries go to heaven? And if so, may their legacies last forever and their seeds grow. Tell them that we love them so and never let them die slow. It's like we cursed to be born black. We was kings and queens, now look where we at. I know it won't be long before we take it back. I just hope I live long enough to see it happen, and that's a fact. Cause one thing when you pro-black, you might love your people, but they may not love you back. For more than 400 years, we've been under attack. We survived slavery and then they gave us crack. Do revolutionaries go to heaven? 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 I wanna know. Do revolutionaries go to heaven? I hope so. Do revolutionaries go to heaven? I wanna know. Do revolutionaries go to heaven? I hope.
Peace, King. How you feeling?
What's going on, brother, man? How you feeling?
All is well, all is well. We not live, it's pre-recorded, so I could edit it up.
All right, that's what's up.
Yeah, I want to thank you again, man. I truly appreciate you taking out the time to come on the platform. It's definitely an honor. You know what I'm
Man,
saying?
thank you for inviting me, man. You be having big, real people out here, man. Real big dollars, old names, real G's on the show. I be seeing it.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Oh yeah, so for the viewers who don't know, man, let them know what your name is, and definitely let them know where you from.
Hey, my name is John Twymon. I'm from Cleveland, Ohio.
Okay. Yeah, we go back a couple decades. I used to go to the church. My mom used to take us to church. He was my basketball coach too for the church
Yeah,
league.
man. Good time.
Yeah, for
Good
the
time.
viewers who don't know, gotta let
Yeah.
them know. Let me see. Okay, so my first question is for the viewers who don't know, what inspired you to become a pastor? And then maybe you could tell them a little bit about your family's history.
Um, Man, I think that pastoring is a calling. It's a gift, part of it. And so I think that God just kind of has given me that gift to be able to one, lead people, to be able to teach people, and to try to help inspire them and give them hope. And it's something that I think that I've had the ability to do for a long period of time, even when I was a kid, and I didn't recognize, as gifting or as something that was different or special. I just thought that's kind of who I was. But I always found myself being the person that was the leader of anything that I was involved in, whether it be a coach, whether it be even as a student, I'm the captain of the team. No matter what it was, I was always kind of in leadership positions. History of my family: my father is the founding pastor of the church that I currently attend, Blessed Hope Missionary Baptist Church in Cleveland. And so he started that church. And when he started the church, did you kind of, as a PK, get put into position to do a lot of work or a lot of stuff that nobody else wants to do? So you kind of end up getting forced to learn leadership at a very young age. So it kind of becomes just a part of who you are. So I think that's kind of part of what it is. And then as far as outside of the calling, man, I think my passion is just for people. Like, I really just love people, and I love to see how my words, my actions, and my deeds help to give people hope, help to give people passion, and help inspire them to do better in their lives, and hopefully better in their afterlives too,
Oh yeah, most definitely. Big shout out to the Blessed Hope family, your dad and everybody. Now you said he founded the church. Do you know when? Like how long ago that was?
This is our 37th year. My father is actually retiring this year. So this is the 37th year this year. So, man, mid 80s. The church has had an amazing, or has an amazing history. The a friend of ours named Sonny Jones. Sonny Jones used to be the manager for the Cleveland Jazz Band. So he owned a bar called the Kinsman Grill. Kinsman Grill is like a pretty popular bar back in the day here in Cleveland. And he became a Christian. And when he became a Christian, he closed down the Kinsman Grill and opened up a Christian club called Your Alternative. So back in '85, we started having services in the Your Alternative building. And then from there, we've gotten our own building, and now a few thousand people saved later, a few thousand people coming through those doors later, man. He's finally about to retire. So I'm excited for him, because him and my mother, man, they have put so much work in our community, in the Christian community, in the Black community, just being able to help people for a number of years. I mean, no matter whether it's spiritual information, physical information, financial information, they've just been pouring into people for a long period of time. So I'm excited he's going to get an opportunity to or they'll get an opportunity to hopefully relax in their retirement and enjoy some of the fruit of their labors.
Oh yeah, most definitely. They planted some powerful seeds. I appreciate you sharing that with me. The Black church has always been has played a role in the Black community, so it's very important, especially in the city of Cleveland. So I wanted to ask you, like, in terms of COVID, have you seen any changes, as far as just being able to have regular service or communicating with the people? Because a lot of people is going through a lot right now, psychologically, spiritually, mentally. So I just want to know, what has been your experience?
Yeah, man, COVID, I believe COVID to be an accelerator in some senses, and not to be callous or cold, because I've done a lot of funerals for people that have had COVID. I've buried a lot of people in the last 2 years just based on COVID, lost friends and family members. But I believe that COVID, for as business is concerned, as far as church is concerned, systems, organizations, it's kind of an accelerant. Things that needed to die off are starting to die off, and things that needed to grow are starting to grow. So in a lot of areas where the church has become stagnant in our communities and our way that we communicate with people, we've been forced to kind of think outside the box. So on some areas it's become really, really good, because it's forcing us to communicate with people in a different manner. It's forcing us to learn this digital platform. It's forcing us to learn how to communicate with the young kids on TikTok and not just expect people to come to our building, because now they didn't have no choice. At one time it was like, okay, hey, y'all just not showing up, shame on y'all for not wanting to come. But now nobody has a choice. And so I think the beauty of the gospel message and the beauty of what I believe about Jesus is that God comes to man. And so before man comes to God, God comes to man. And that's like, I think the way that we should be doing it. That's kind of the blueprint of what we should be doing. And so now it forces me to not make people come to me, but it's forcing me to figure out ways that I can go to them. So I've learned how to do things through YouTube better, learn how to do the podcast, learn how to do the TikTok. All of those things I think are important. And so what ends up happening is, for some churches, it's going to accelerate their death, because they're not going to accept that change and not going to walk down that new road. But for those that can embrace this change, man, I believe it's just going to be a benefit. So for a pastor that may have only preached in front of 30 or 40 people a Sunday, simply by now being on Facebook or YouTube, now they've reached a few hundred people, and they'll never get that few hundred people in their sanctuaries. So just manipulating that and leveraging this new medium, and it's really not new, but new medium for a lot of churches, I think is going to be important now and into the future, because that's kind of like the wave. You see stuff like with the like right now, man, I literally just was reading some information and watching some videos on the metaverse, because I want to be prepared to be able to preach and teach and do some things in the metaverse, man, because that's where things are going. And I want to be where people are. We got to be where the people are if we're going to be able to help the people.